stay dead. But yeah, so we've just had a really tough fight. Oh, let's just spawn a bear. Oh, you've had another tough fight with that bear. Ah, here's another 2. Let's run, actually. Let's just stop looting at this point. Oh no, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight things. Okay, actually, let's go this way. That'll lead us up towards the camp. Once we've made camp, we can rest, get all our potions back, and heal up. And actually, having said that, there it is. Yes, yes, healing, life, potions, health, not death.
Shall we make camp or move on?
Camp. That's not even a question. Yay, we got all the camps. Oh, I probably shouldn't move the camera when it's doing stuff like this, because I think that might be what's messing with things. So we want to go that way. There's a chest up here. Some gold, a schematic, and some medium armor. Actually, I've not looked at... Ooh. That's... What does that look like? Mr. Blackwall. I don't like giving you the dragon shield. I'm sorry. I know it's worse, but you can have the spike tower shield. I'll hold on to my... We go back. We look at armor. Superior hunter mail. Slightly less health constitution, but much better armor, magic defense. That you can't use yet because you're not the right level. Vivien is... Why have I not given you better stuff? Oh, it doesn't have... Yeah, it doesn't have the collar, admittedly. One of my favourite parts of Thingamy, what's it called? DC... The DC MMO, DC Universe Online, I think it was that you, when you picked up a piece of armor, you picked up its stats, but you also got access to its style thing, which let you change whatever the whatever you were wearing to that style, so you could keep it consistent. You. Text on Senna's shrine. Senna, beloved, may your ashes be gathered by Falondine and carried safely, after all the long years you carried me. Right, okay. We've gone past the treasure. Past. Ooh, camp. Let's examine here. There's a few red dots around. Oh, there's a red dot over there! Come here, because you're going to do it anyway. Game. There's only one of them I think we can go. I say that. Oh, it's got an area of effect. Right. It's a bear. How does it do that? Does it just like claw at things? Oh my goodness. Either something's being shocked by power, or there's some terrible glitchy stuff. Oh, I thought these were random floating daggers. Oh. Pristine griffin feather. Ooh.
Good find.
Right, there we go. So we're done here in the Hinterlands for the moment. I mean, I'm not... I went past that. If I'd seen it, I would have done it, but I'm not going to go back for it. Yes, we're still going to have to make this decision here. Although I've kind of made my thoughts rather obvious, haven't I? Anything... No, I need to do it before I level up, because it's kind of level set for level 4 to 7, they say. I think. And I'm currently... No. And I'm currently level 7. So I assume I'm at the point of... This won't be too hard, but it will be a decent kind of challenge. Oh, I want this thing on Blackwall again. That's the problem with having new information here. Let's have a look. Is it in a codex about him? Ah, here it is. According to my sources, Warden Blackwall has been travelling alone for several years now. The last anyone saw him at the keep in Val-Chemin, it was 937 Dragon. It has been completely abandoned along with all other Warden outposts. I believe Blackwall is as curious about the disappearance as we are. Perhaps in time we will find answers. Okay. He didn't seem particularly worried about the Grey Wardens going missing. I should spend like a session or do like a stream where I just read through the codices. Because otherwise I'm never going to touch him. Oh, actually we're here again. Am I just going to end a session with just me running around talking to everyone? And everyone's got little bits of stuff. We should certainly talk to Blackwall a bit more. Maybe I'm horribly wrong.
I've been meaning to thank you. There are 100 things that need your attention. You didn't have to take the time to help me, and yet you did.
It was on the way. What, picking up the artifacts? It was a good cause.
If the history you pursue benefits the Wardens, then it was worth it.
I've never been more certain of my decision to join you.
I'm just hiding the bad. Ah, we will do better.
There will be opportunities for us to do even more in the future.
Then I look forward to it.
Investigate. Thoughts on the Inquisition? No, let's... Inquisition. We'll do both.
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I expected more men, better equipment. You may have Andraste's favor, but wars are won by men, soldiers.
Wars are won in many ways. Why war at all? Yes, I don't think we've got much choice. Wars are won in many ways.
Brute force is not always the answer. There are plenty of other paths to victory.
True enough. Still, it never hurts to be prepared. One thing I will say about your men, they're passionate, devoted. You inspire them. Build on that foundation, and you will have an army that makes nations tremble.
I mean, thinking about the brute force thing, if you think about Germany, I think their army was numerically equivalent to France's, roughly, I think. But France just did an attack in World War II, which is why Germany did so well. They managed to take out Poland, come back, fight on the Western Front. Wow, that's a lot of thoughts on... Let's go through all these. Thoughts on my advisors.
What do you think of my advisors?
Josephine's lovely, and craftier than you'd expect. The Inquisition could not have picked a better ambassador.
Anyone else?
What do you think of my advisors?
Or is that just going to circle around?
Josephine's lovely,
Alright.
and craftier than you'd expect. The Inquisition could not have picked a better ambassador.
But that's not... Okay. What about Haven?
What do you think of Haven?
It's a war camp that was once a pilgrim's refuge. It's the state of the world, though, isn't it? Holy ground turned into a battlefield. Pity about that temple. Would have been nice to see it.
This game was made in 2014, people. The Inner Circle.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Sarah doesn't know who she is or what she wants. And doesn't even care.
So you're focusing on Josephine and Sarah. Okay. Yeah, the other one went. Huh. War.
What do you think about all this trouble between the Mages and Templars?
Looking at it from where we stand, it seems inevitable. But that could be hindsight. How many of us actually saw it coming? Either way, I don't think the Chantry will ever recover.
Cause.
What do you think of the Inquisition's cause?
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly. But that's not the end of it, is it? Not by a half. The Lady Seeker believes we are restoring the Chantry. Others say it needs reform. I don't know where you stand on the matter, and I'll admit I haven't made up my mind either.
Oh, that is going to be an interesting question that will probably be raised if we work with mages. Magi. I think Magi is technically the correct one, though mages is probably here. What do we do with them? Do we let them go free, or do we try and get them back into a circle? What if I do this again?
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Don't play Diamondback with Solus. You've been warned. Taught him the game last night. He turned around and beat me at it. Lost everything. Had to walk back to my quarters with only a bucket for my bits.
I'm assuming that's a card game.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Have you seen the stories Varric's been writing? His descriptions of me are colourful, to say the least.
Oh, yeah. We could ask people about Blackwall. Let's see what they think about him.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Have you seen the stories Varric's been
Oh,
writing?
okay, you're looping.
His descriptions of me are colourful.
Maybe he just picks one at random, and I've just been really unlucky with this top one.
What do you think of my advisors?
Josephine's lovely.
No, okay.
And craftier than you'd expect. The Inquisition could not have picked a better ambassador.
I'd prefer to be able to
We
ask.
should return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
No. I'm going to ask you about you.
At your service.
Let's talk about you.
I want to hear more about you.
Compared to yours, my life will seem dull indeed.
Where are you from?
Your name, Blackwall, doesn't sound Orlesian. Marcher, then? Ferelden?
I was from the Free Marchers originally. Markham. That was a long time ago. Another life.
Is that a subtle thing? Is that a subtle thing? Huh? Right. If I'm right, that's a little subtle hint about what he's talking about. So you have a past.
I hear that many wardens were once criminals.
You're right. When you join, your past is forgotten, so let's leave it that way.
You weren't always a warden then?
What did you do before you became a warden?
I was a soldier, a nobody trained to wield a sword and follow orders. I grew weary of fighting other men's wars.
So you became a warden?
More or less. Becoming a Grey Warden was the first time I felt like I mattered. The life I led before seems hollow in comparison. Perhaps one day it will fade away.
So why did you become a warden?
Why did you join the wardens?
Because they remember honor and sacrifice. Words that have little meaning to the rest of us. Because they lay down their lives for those they have sworn to protect. We all need to believe there are such men in the world. I needed to believe I could be one of them.
Okay, there's so much in that, so much in
We
that.
can continue this discussion at another time.
Very well.
Because what he could be talking about is that he used to be a fairly roguish fellow and met this Blackwall. Saw him die. Ooh, stables. Ooh, my horse. Me, horse. And wanted and thought it would be better. I think it's happened in various movies, this kind of revelation that it would be better if whoever he was had died instead. So he takes up the mantle of Blackwall. Monsieur Le Bull.
What can I do for you?
Dalmib of the Ben Hasrath.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
Re-educators?
How do the re-educators work?
Do I want to
I
know?
only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough, Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
Is it that easy?
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
Yeah, that sounds disconcerting.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
What does that mean? Fix you? Your job is spying.
And you're a spy.
Close. I am now, I suppose. But that's not how I started. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Sounds fun for you, sounds impossible and difficult.
I can't imagine that was easy.
Nope. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Even knowing what they did?
You'd heard what the re-educators did to their prisoners.
Yes, I had. I wanted them to fix me like they fixed them. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
Ba-bum. Wow, interesting story. You've had a hard time. I don't think he wants my pity. Interesting story.
Thanks for the information, Bull.
No problem, boss. Anyway, nice talking with you.
Okay, note to self, don't mess with the Ben Hasrath. I like my memories. I say that, I don't want them messed with, is what I mean.
Hello again.
I can't say anything to you. Bye.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Insert comments about the fact that that means I've said everything I can to her. Need to talk to people more.
Did you need something?
Oh my goodness. Tell me about the Templar life.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Okay, ooh! Interesting question, because it tells me about Templars and potentially also tells me about the Mage. One of the two. I need to make a decisive decision on which way I'm going. You've lived in the Circle.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing.
Last 2 times.
Before that day?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
I've just realised the last 2 circles that Cullen was involved in guarding ended up breaking down quite horrifically. Poor Cullen. Did you not speak with the mages?
The Templars and mages never speak to each other.
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
Yeah, you're meant to be distant. I've played the Mage Origin, Cullen. You and Miss Amel. Tell me about their vows.
The Templars take vows. I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
And the Seekers also have a vigil as well, which kind of makes sense. But no vows, no oaths. That's really, really dense. You're part of ostensibly part of a religious organisation. You would have vows.